The banana makes a big difference. Wild, easy. Someone told me something like that. Banana makes a big difference. Jacob, Tierney, and Rachel, I caught on to y'all game. Y'all not slick. I'm aware. And I'm here for it. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Mark, Not Marcus. I am Mark, not Marcus, and if this is your first time here, it is so nice to meet ya. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to stop by and see what we're chatting about. Now, before we get into anything today, I need to do a couple of things for me, right? Can you like? Can you comment? Can you subscribe? We are currently on the road to 400 subscribers because we have finally made it past 300 subscribers. Like, it's so crazy because we were on May 1st, we were like at 300, and today we're like at 340 something. So y'all are amazing. Thank you so much for clicking that subscribe button. And lastly, I need you to share. Share with who? Share with your mama, your daddy, your sister, your brother, your niece, your nephew, your sugar mama, your sugar daddy, your baby mama, your baby daddy, your roster, your neighbors. Send it to people at your job. I don't care. Send it to them and let them know all the amazing things we're doing here on the Mark, Not Marcus YouTube family. And lastly, turn on that notification bell so you're always notified when something's new coming from Mark, Not Marcus. Now, we got all those formalities out the way. Sit back, relax, and let's get into today's video. Welcome to Mark Reacts. Mark Reacts is a segment on my channel where I'm reacting to something, whether it's film, TV, music, pop culture, the Met Gala, which is tomorrow when I'm recording this, Love Island episodes, which will be coming back soon this summer. Clearly we got a lot of things that we got to react to, so stay tuned. But yeah, that's what Mark Reacts is. So yeah, sit back, relax, and Mark, play that intro for Mark Reacts, the TV edition.
Quiet on the set. Can we please have quiet on the set?
In today's episode of Mark Reacts, we're back talking about one of my favorite TV shows of all time right now. As where I'm watching it, it's definitely like top 10. So we're back talking about Heated Rivalry, and if you have no clue what I'm talking about when I say Heated Rivalry, who are you? Where have you been? Are you on another planet? Are you under a rock like you're Patrick Star? Or were you late to the party like I was? But you're now at the party, and the party is turned, the party is lit, and the party is where you need to be. Yeah, that's why you're here. That's what we're talking about. So if you don't know much about the show, let me tell you a little bit about Heated Rivalry. Heated Rivalry is a popular gay sports romance novel and now the 2025 TV adaptation by Rachel Reed that focuses on the intense secret romantic relationship between NHL rival stars Shane Hollander from Montreal and Ilya Rozanov from the Boston Bears. Spanning nearly a decade, this story follows them from the 19-year-old rookies to veterans as they navigate a fiery, long-term affair hidden from media, fans, and teammates. Now that you know a little bit about Heated Rivalry, today we're looking at episode 3, Hunter. Y'all, this episode was really good and it tugged at my heartstrings. So I don't want to waste no more time. Let's jump into breaking down episode 3, Hunter. Let's get into it. Before we actually finally get into it, I feel like I'm gonna do this every part, but thank y'all so much for the engagement. Like, the show is great and it's phenomenal and it's one of a kind, but engaging with the people the loons, as I was told, is the fandom that watched this show. The loons, shout out to y'all shout out to us because I'm one now, because y'all make the show so much better for me because y'all are telling me things like the lore of things that I may not have known, or like, I don't know, it's just like I feel like we're connected in so many ways. Like, it's just I was not really I don't know, like I really didn't get grabbed with this TV show when everyone else did. It's like I came from a flight one day and I watched it and I was like, maybe I shouldn't have watched this after I got off the flight. I was so tired, I really didn't care what I was watching. And as I got back into it this time around with you all, it's like I'm so attached. This show literally yanks at my like heartstrings, and just engaging with you all, the comments you all leave, I'm responding to every single one. So if I haven't yet, I'm getting to it. But like, I love talking with y'all about this show because it's like we have a love language of Heated Rivalry, and we're both talking about a show that we love, and like we're connecting in a way, and I absolutely love that. So keep commenting. We have 4 more episodes if I'm counting this one. So yeah, we have the show is nowhere near over, for me at least. And I'm trying to take my time, but I can't take my time. It's like I don't want to rush through it because I know it's only 6 episodes, but like I can't not do these because I'm too intrigued. Like I'm like, okay, I'm ready to watch the next episode. So yeah. But I love you guys. Thank you so much for subscribing, commenting, liking, sharing, whatever. Thank you so much for your interactions. It does not go unnoticed, and it is so appreciated. So thank you guys. I love y'all so much. And yeah, let's finally get into today's episode. Okay, I lied. There's something I want to talk about before we jump into this episode because of the context that are in this episode. So to anyone watching, I'm gonna try not to get emotional. I think I'm good. You have one life. You have one life you live. For the long amount of years that you live it, I know all of our lives are different. Our upbringings are different. Our current situations are different. But if there's one thing I can say to someone, live in your truth. Live in your truth. Life is hard enough. A lot of people always say like, pick your hard. I would rather life just be hard than life being hard and you being someone you're not. Or you not living in your truth. Living in your truth is such a beautiful thing to do, and I know it is not easy. I came out when I was 16, and I remember the day. I kept listening to Jessie J's Who You Are, and of course Lady Gaga's Born This Way. Like, I remember all of these feelings and emotions, and how many times I would go back and forth in my mind, like, no, this is not that, this is not this is not that, and then people can go deeply into it with faith. My father's a preacher, like I'm a preacher's kid, so people can go deep within it with that. Me and God have had our conversations about my life and my sexuality, and He loves and accepts me, so I don't care what no one on this earth has to say about me and my sexuality. And there was a comment, I will insert it, but I'll read it too. I don't know if this question makes any sense, but if your life knowledge about the DL experience resonates or diverges from show content, I'll be all ears. I grew up middle class, white gay boy, and while this story isn't about that, a lot of gay media centers people like me and leaves out the voices of everyone else. It's interesting. Book shame. Oh, that's something else. Esther. But I remember when I was in college, I was a mass communications major. So that's also why I love media, love entertainment, love music, and things of that nature. I remember I had a professor, I wish I could think of his name, but it was the class was like race, gender, and something. It was something else. And I remember I gave like I was talking about the movie Moonlight. And if you haven't seen Moonlight, please go watch Moonlight. It is such a great movie. Emmy Award winning Moonlight. Go watch it, go watch it, go watch it, go watch it. I remember I said to him, and it was an ignorant comment. I said, you know, growing up as a DL black man is worse than any other community. And he was like, well, I don't, and my professor was very controversial. Like he was going to play devil's advocate with everything you said. He said that the first day of class. He was like, well, no, I don't want you to say that. I want you to instead say, growing up gay can look differently for everyone. DL can look, growing up in general looks different for everyone. He's like, just because I'm a white man, I grew up in a redneck area where everyone around me is super pro-Christians. So imagine me living a redneck little boy living with a very pro-Christian family, and I'm the gay one. Like, just as hard as it is for anyone else, it's hard for him too. So I think we all have our different struggles with our sexualities and our identity and our cultures of what we grow up in. But there weren't many shows, I guess, or movies that I feel like depicted what I was going through or what I saw perfectly. I mean, we had The Empires and we had Jamal, or that was a little bit of it. But Moonlight really did a lot of it, and it was a lot of different shows. But I'm glad we have more queer TV shows, because why not? Like, let's highlight how beautiful our culture is too. So I think a lot of voices are left out, and just more cultures too. But yeah, I'm glad that in this show we see it within a Russia boy, a young man from Russia who's depicting a character from Russia. And even a little bit of Canadian, and Scott. Well, Scott is a US guy, but yeah, I think it can be a little tough for everybody. It's just in our own sense. But regardless of how hard it is, coming out is dangerous. It can get you, the word I can't say because censoring and things of that nature. But this is a dangerous world we live in, and it's dangerous to be yourself, but it's worth the danger, unfortunately, which is crazy to say. There's not anyone else I would rather be than who I am, 100% transparently, unapologetically Mark. I can't put that any other way. And the message I have for you all is to always live in your truth. If you want to be a bitch, be the baddest bitch ever. If you want to be an author, I don't know, be the baddest author ever. Whatever you want to do, be the best at it, because why not? Do that. Be unapologetically you all the time in whatever room. Don't join anything because they don't want you for who you are. Don't give yourself to someone because they don't want you for who you are. You show up 100% you, and someone can't take that, leave them. They can't get an ounce, a percentage of you if they can't take 100% of you. Period. All right, now I'm done on my tangent. Let's actually get into today's episode. Throughout the episode, you will see me, and then you will see me while I was watching the show. So yeah, y'all will get a glimpse of how I was reacting in the moment and not. Some might be a little out of order, but regardless, I'm making sure y'all get the full concept of me reacting to. Yeah, so yeah, let's start at the top of episode 3. Hey y'all, oh my God. All right, y'all, so we are back with another reaction for Heated Rivalry. I love this show. I'm excited to get into episode 3. I've heard great things. So yeah, episode 3 is titled, hold on, it's loading a little slow. It's titled Hunter, baby. We finally getting into Hunter. I told y'all something up with him. See, they got this man kissing some man on the preview. I told y'all Hunter was gay. Y'all already knew, but whatever. All right, so let me get my sip of water because we're gonna be doing a lot of talking. Wow. All right, shout out to H2O. So we begin this episode. This is episode 3 called Hunter. If you do not remember who Hunter is, aka Scott Hunter. Scott Hunter was the guy who showed up at the little cafe little thing with Carter Vaughn, Scott Hunter, and Shane when they were talking about coming with Shane to see his buddy do the figure skating. Cool, that's that's Scott. So we start with when we're back at the cafe, but it's now from Scott's perspective. So immediately when we get there and they talking about, Carter says, give props to the guy because I know it's not easy doing anything or being gay in Russia. So then we go back 4 months ago from February. So what's that? What's the number? October is what it's giving. October, December, November, December, January, February. Yeah. So we're in October. So you see, Hunter is on a morning run, and you hear how he's having like a curse. He hasn't scored points, whatever. He's just not doing really good. So he gets done with his run, and he stops at like a smoothie shop called Straw Plus Berry. That's a cute name for a smoothie shop too. Then he goes in, and we meet a character named Kip, or Christopher, but Kip for short. I've never heard anyone with the name Christopher be called Kip. Like Christopher Brown, we call that man Chris Brown. We don't call him Kip, but you know, to each his own. And they have a little conversation as Scott is ordering his smoothie or whatever from Kip, and he's like, you know, what do you like here? And as you already hear it, they're having like this eye stare down, like they're eyeing each other from just how they look, whatever. Cool. Kip, the strawberry man, and Scott Hunter got something going on. I'm already seeing the crumbs be crumbed. I see it happening. I see it coming. All pun intended. I'm sorry. This show just makes you very rated R. So I peeped some keywords because they were having innuendos, and the innuendos was talking to me. So let me tell y'all the innuendos. Easy, wild, banana. So those were my keywords that I picked up. Easy was when Kip asked Scott, like, do you have any allergies? He said, no, I'm pretty easy. Easy? I made a clip about what I meant by easy, so I'm not gonna go into it. I could be looking too deep into it, but I don't think there's a such thing with this TV show. But it's just some of the words Scott is saying to Kip. It's things like, you know, do you have any allergies? No, I'm easy. Like, I think it's a double entendre. I think he's saying I'm easy, like I'm easy with food, I don't have any allergies, but I also think he's saying it doesn't take much for me to drop them draws, baby, I'm easy. And then he's talking to Kip about the Blue Moon over Brooklyn smoothie or whatever, and Kip says I add banana, and Scott's like, oh, so you're wild. All these words that are, you know, all referencing to the whole relationship, love, sex, all of that. Wild, easy. What's the next word gonna be? Let's see. Wild, cool. I made a clip about that too, and banana. So cool, but there was already instant attraction. And what was so funny, after he got the smoothie, he suggested the Blue Moon over Brooklyn, I believe that's what it was called, and add banana. And just remember the add banana line. So then after he made the smoothie, Scott left Hunter. That's the man's name, Mark. Scott left Kip a tip, and it was a high tip. And I'm like, you left him a tip? Clearly that ain't the only tip he was gonna be receiving in this episode. But so he left him a tip, and then in the back you got his coworker Maria. She like, girl. And I love girl. Girl is so beyond of the pronoun. Girl is so like genderless. Girl. Like if somebody pissed you off, girl. If something crazy happened, girl. If you gotta tell somebody something, girl. Like, girl is so genderless. Girl. Like, girl. Anyway, so she was like, girl, and he's like, you know, they're like, okay, did we peep that? Cool. So Scott comes back to the Straw Plus Berry shop for a second time. You already know what he get the Blue Moon over Brooklyn, add the banana. Then Scott comes back for a third time. Well, the second time he left the tip again. The third time, he couldn't leave a tip. It was on the house because the manager, whatever, like Scott Hunter, the hockey star, is here. Cool, we gotta go, you know, cool. And after he started having a smoothie, his gaming got good. So he's like, this is my ritual. I wanna, you know, perfect it, whatever. Cool. Then Scott comes back for that third time, and like I said, he can't leave the tip because it's on the house.
Hey, I didn't know if you
Work today.
it's nice to see you. Blue Moon over Brooklyn, please. Extra banana. This one's on the house.
Oh, come on.
It's above my pay grade. Management heard you came in. And no, you may not tip me. And yes, I'm using proper grammar to prove to you how I'm being serious.
Okay, tip me.
Okay.
And when he comes back for a third time, Maria goes up to Kip like, extra banana. And it was so funny. She was like, extra banana. Like, it was so funny. Like, yeah, girl, don't forget that banana. Banana. But then Scott stays in the shop because he has to answer some emails or whatever. And they just literally kept looking at each other. But they finally end up having a conversation. And remember this conversation, Scott was talking about like how they got on this random tangent, how he's not a serial, and he's nor is he a, was it a speed? Whatever the word is, I don't remember what he said. Did I write it down? I can't find what it was called, but it's pretty much where you do multiple at one time. Why am I telling y'all this? Don't be either of the two, please. We don't need that in the world. But so yeah, he makes a comment about y'all are lumberjacks. Do y'all do playoff, like y'all look like lumberjacks at the end of the season because some rituals they don't shave so they can do great, or they don't have so they can do great. Blah this, blah that. Kip shot that shot by saying y'all are like hot lumberjacks by the end of the season. And you know what Scott did? Scott grabbed that ball. he alley-ooped it in. You know, they had an assist. And he says, do you want to come to my game tonight? What Kip finna say? I have 2 seats, no one's taking them. You better say yes.
Seats, no one's taking them. So, I mean, if you want.
Yeah, I want. Fuck, man, that's crazy.
As you should.
Super happy to do it.
You sure?
I'm sure.
Ciao. So as they keep talking or whatever, after that comment, that was kind of like his first pass that Kip made to Scott. So Scott kind of picked up on it and was like, hey, I have 2 tickets to the game tonight if you want to go or whatever. Hell yeah, he wanted to go. So him and Elena went. So Kip has a couple of friends. Remember these friends, Elena, Sean, and Maria. Sean works with him with some side jobs with like catering and things. Maria works at the shop with him, the Straw Plus Berry shop. And Elena is just another friend of his. Remember those names. Yo, Maria and Sean are funny friends when Christopher or Kip is like, oh my God, he's not even gay. And they're like, then you make him gay. Like, oh my God, they're hilarious. Like, it don't work like that, but you know. So they get to the game, him and Elena, and when they're there, Scott kind of nods at Kip, and Kip's like, oh, you're not talking about me. Oh, little old me, you can't be talking about me. And Elena's like, boy, he's talking about you, way back. And then he sees him again, and Scott's like, or whatever, something like that. And then she's like, boy, way back. And hey, so that was so funny. Like, they're so awkward and so cute, but it's really not that cute. This would have gave. I'm Scott. I'm skating. All right, cool. Then this is Kip. He was doing that to somebody else. In Atlanta. Dummy, he was nodding at you. Okay, I'm Scott again. Skating. Elena, for fuck's sakes, wave back. I love cringy, like, romantic shit. I'm a lover boy. So all this, like, small little details of love, it just sends me over the edge. Okay, we're in Boston 2 days later. Let's get back into it. So 2 days later, they're in Boston. Well, 2 days later, Scott is in Boston and they're playing against Rozanov. So they lose and Rozanov is talking his good shit like he always do. And then he didn't have the smoothie. Remember that, he didn't have the smoothie, so maybe he like, that's why I lost. So they're in Montreal 1 day later, and now Scott is playing against Shane. And they're having a little back and forth after the game, and Shane's like, hey man, you know, next time actually show up and like actually play. You know, sportsmanship like banter between the two. But it is not really sportsmanship. Like, he says, you're starting to sound like him, meaning you starting to sound like Rozanov. And you know, Shane don't play about his man. Shane don't play about that man, and Shane don't play about, you know, anybody might be suspecting something that's saying more than what they're saying. So they about to start fighting, child. It was so funny because neither of them was gonna throw a punch. But then we see a scene with Kip's dad. Kip's dad is such a sweetheart. Like, oh, he's such a sweetheart. Like, I know a lot of gay boys, especially if our father is in our life, a lot of us want that acceptance or relationship with our father. So I love that we were able to see that in this series. I have a great relationship with my dad. I love my father to absolute pieces. Shout out to my name stealer. Since I'm a junior, he stole my name. Well, technically I stole his name. Anyway, let me take a break, y'all. Hold on. All right, so Kip's dad is so sweet, and then we are reminded that Kip is trying to get into grad school. So just remember that he's trying to get into grad school. So he has to go to a catering event the next morning because currently he was watching the hockey game because he's trying to keep up with him. You know, his boo that ain't his boo yet, Scott. So he was a little late to the catering event, and he gets there and he goes through like the kitchen door to the area that everybody is there, and he bumps into someone, and guess who it is? No, it's not Spider-Man. No, it's not Beyonce, baby. It's Scott Hunter. So I'm writing my notes, and Kip is late to the catering, and he drops Trey and bumps into none other than, drum roll please, Scott Hunter. What a coincidence. And you know, he apologizes, and the girl Scott with she's being such a freaking asshole. After they're talking a little bit after or whatever, Sean tells Kip, get your shit together, quit being nervous, just quit being angsty. And Scott invites Kip to Mexican food later. And this was when he made a joke like, who doesn't like Mexican food? You know, I'm not a cereal bar or a whatever the other word he said. That's when he said it. It was so cute because I'm like, oh, you listen. And like, you brought it back up. I'll put a clip about it so it don't matter. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I just don't know what I'm talking about no more. Do you like Mexican food? Yeah, who doesn't? I'm not a serial killer or a spree killer. Who has the time? Because Scott was talking about how he's not a serial killer or a spree killer. A spree killer is when you kill multiple people, more than one person at once, and a serial killer's, you know, minimum of 3. And that was what they were talking about on the show. And then he remembered, get you a man that remember, and he remembered. Is he about to ask him about the Mexican food?
Do you have the time to grab a bite with me, like when this thing's over?
Tonight?
Yes, tonight.
With you?
Yes, with him.
Wow. Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Because there's this great place right around the corner, and it's open late, and...
Okay. You don't mind waiting till I'm done?
Not even a little.
So they go to the Mexican restaurant, but when they get there, it's too packed. The line is long. So Scott's like, hey, do you want to order in? All right now. So he ordered in, all right. And so they get back to his hotel, house, apartment, whatever it is. And he's like, would you like to take a tour? And he starts getting undressed. He just has his shirt off. He's like, would you like a tour? Or Kip's like, definitely or.
I mean, I figured you'd have a nice place, but this is insane.
And his body is out. Okay.
Do you want the full tour now, or?
I pick or.
Oh, we're getting heated, baby. Get what's yours, kid. Get your blue banana, baby. So they get to being grown and having sex. And after they have sex, he, like in the middle of the night, I believe Kit gets up and like he's starting to get dressed to leave, and Scott's like, you know, can you stay? Scott is so sweet, but I feel like there's disaster coming. I just have a feeling that there's disaster coming, and we're gonna see if I'm right or not. We're going to see if I am right or not. And he stays, and then we fast forward to the morning. Kit is making a smoothie, and y'all already know what smoothie it was. The Blue Moon over Brooklyn. If this man is making that smoothie, he is making that smoothie.
Did I wake you? Okay, I meant to surprise you, and I was gonna go out and get stuff, but I looked at your fridge and you basically had all the ingredients. I know I shouldn't be snooping around, but I didn't have to do that much sleeping. You were very organized. And I thought, since I'm not working today, but you still have your game, that you probably still want it.
That is so sweet, oh my God! And it was just so happened that he had half the ingredients in the refrigerator already, freezer and whatnot. So he did it, and it was just so cute. But this is an important part of the episode that we see, so listen closely.
Yeah, I never do this. Never brought anyone back here, like ever. Yeah, my life is complicated. Yeah, I get that. And I can't, come out, like, not right now. Too many people depend on me for too much, and it would fuck everything up. And so I just thought I would, I don't know, wait, I guess. Yeah, wait till hockey was over, and maybe I could fade away better. But it's just, I want you so bad. So bad.
You want him privately or publicly?
And I know that you barely know me, so why would you even consider something that's probably fucked up? Like, I know I'm fucked up, I get it, I'm not pretending, I'm not.
You're not fucked up.
But I really, really like you. And I want you to stay.
Ooh, kid. So you got a lot to think about.
What I want. I want you to be here when I get back from practice later. And I want you to be here when I come home from my game tonight. I want you more than I've wanted anything in a long time.
Oh, wow.
Is that too much? You can say if it is, do say something, though.
Oh, he's coming around the table, the island, to sit next to him. Okay, we're getting close. I'll be here tonight.
I think I'd love to be here when you get back.
Period.
And I don't think you're too lazy to be a serial killer.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Yeah, you're definitely not lazy.
All right then. So Scott is telling Kip his feelings, how he's never invited anyone over, and if he has, not stayed or been as intimate and as, romantic as the two of them were. He really, really likes Kip, and he tells Kip that but he can't come out yet. Keep that in mind. And he wants to wait until hockey is over, and it would fuck everything up right now. And he asked Kip to stay, and he wants Kip to be there when he gets out of practice, and he wants Kip to be there when he gets done with his game tonight. And this is what I noticed. You're saying everything you want, but you have yet to ask Kip what he wants. And I can tell you what Kip does not want. Kip doesn't want to be a secret. Who does? Kip doesn't want to be a secret. Kip doesn't want to be a private thing for all time, because you want him to also keep it from the people he loves, and Kip's not okay with that. So what I wanted to talk about in this part specifically, he says he can't come out yet until hockey's over, and pretty much when that is, what you gonna stop in a month? You gonna stop after this season? No, you're not. You're having a great season. You're picking things back up. You're not stopping no time soon. So remember, he says, I can't do it yet until hockey's over. He don't give us the time yet. Eventually he does, and we're gonna touch on that. So Kip stays because he's just so deeply in love that he doesn't really care to think of his feelings sometimes. Don't do that in relationships, y'all. Sometimes red flag is what it's called. We'll see a red flag and, oh, it's green. No, baby, it's red. Red is all get out. Red. Rojo. It is red. It is not green. Do not think it is green. It is not. It's red. Run for the hills, or whatever my girl Tate McRae said. The way you touch me, straight in the heart, yeah, it cuts me. Cause you know deep down that it's never gonna ever be us. Oh, never gonna ever be more than just someone that's fucking me up. Literally, that's all it's gonna be with them two. Sorry, I love their relationship though. Anywho, so Maria makes a funny comment about the extra bananas because Scott comes back to the shop. I lied about that earlier. Scott come back to the shop another day, and he didn't think Kip was working, but Kip showed up and was like, move girl, let me serve my man or whatever. And cool, whatever. I gotta go back. What she say? Extra banana. So let me read my notes and make sure I'm caught up with everything. All right. So now we get to an important part of their relationship. Kip asks, he's talking to Scott about an art show and how, he loves this artist and he wants to go to their show and he's in town or whatever. Cool. So they both go together, and they shouldn't have. While they're there, you can just see how uncomfortable Scott was and just how scary he was when you're DL. We all had our time. Like I said, child, I had my time, but if you ask me, the fucking closet door was quite clear. But Scott was very much like, hi, Mr. Sir, we just staring at each other while you walking across. Anyway, Scott was very much like uncomfortable, and it's just like, child, you just at our show with a guy. Like, nothing about that gives gay. You're just hanging out with somebody. Like, but when you're DL, you think everything is so obvious. You're more obvious than you actually need to be. Just chill out, big dog. It's not that deep. So he ends up leaving, and we get back to their apartment, and Scott is apologizing, like, it's not okay. It's not okay. Like, I really wanted to. I really tried. And he kind of cries in Kip's arms. And I felt really, I felt for him because you're sorry because you're not making Kip happy. And Kip knows he's not happy, but he's trying to make you happy and be there for you. It's just like y'all are clashing at each other because y'all are both trying to please one another, but y'all not pleasing yourselves. So Kip buys Scott some socks that has bananas on them because they remind him of the smoothie, and he wears them to his games like his good luck charm. So Kip's father is calling him like, hey, where you been? Because you know they have that really, really tight relationship, and Kip lives at home with them. And he's lying, saying he's with Maria or Elaine, I don't remember which one. And he's leaving his dad in the dark. So we get to a dinner with Elena and Scott. And Elena's a really good friend. I'm gonna touch on this when we're done with the episode, but Elena is a really good friend. And I'm gonna touch on why she's a really good friend when we break this down further, but Elena's a really, really good friend. We'll get into it. Elena's a really good friend. There was something I was confused about later, and y'all will see the clip come in later, but Elena's a good friend, and I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. Because Elena basically said, like, I love you, and I know you're in love with him. Like, just be real with yourself and be real with me. I know you're in love with him, but you're not happy because you don't want to keep him a secret. You don't want this to be something private. You want to be able to live your life, and he's a part of that life with you out loud. And not simply, everybody here, my boyfriend Scott Hunter. No, but you want to live your life and not feel as if you have to do everything privately or can't tell the people you love because of the fear of someone else knowing and getting it out. So Elena basically called him out about it. Like, remember that, and like, you're hiding things from your dad, and you don't do that. Like, she's been a really good friend. You need people who gonna always clock you when you hold you accountable when you are wrong, or hold you accountable when you're not giving what's supposed to be gave. And Elena was doing that. Like, you love your father, and oh my God, I love Kip's father. So she was like, you need to lock in. So there is a fundraiser and a dinner that Elena has to go to, and she asked Scott to go with her months ago. Well, she asked Kip to go with her months ago, and Scott has to be there anyway. So Scott actually buys him a suit, and the suit was really, really nice. And we get to the fundraiser, and there's a weird interaction between Scott and Carter. Y'all remember Carter? They were both at the cafe together. They're teammates. Cool. Carter gonna always stand beside Scott, and I love that. Like, and I just think it's, teammate captain kind of vibes, but he really be standing beside him, and I really, really love that. And there was somebody else there. I don't really know who he was, but he was a little odd. He was acting really, really weird.
Well, if this guy keeps playing the way he has been, maybe what changed? You mean a nice girl or something? I think we just found a group as a team.
Excuse me, gentlemen. I think I spotted an old friend.
And I'm just ribbing you, Scott. You know your parents would be so proud of you, right? Your mom especially. She would have just been thrilled.
Thanks.
I'm getting the sense something's happened with his mom. So then he comes over there and he's talking to Elena and Scott. All these damn names. He's talking to Elena and Kip. And she goes get a drink so them two can finally like talk and not be so dang on awkward. Because he don't know Elena knows until Kip is like, she knows who these names, Elena, Kip, Scott, Mark. They're not the same people. So she gets back with the drinks or whatever, and she's like, okay, now you owe me a dance. And like, she's dancing, but I'm like, oh, she gonna be dancing with him, she gonna talk to him.
So,
I have a feeling she gonna talk to him with Kip and break them up.
I'm serious. He's crazy about you.
I'm crazy about him too. I really am.
He's also miserable. Are you miserable too?
No. Wait. What do you mean?
Nobody wants to be kept a secret.
No, they don't.
He is. Eyes on me, handsome.
Elena!
I love him. I just can't do better right now.
sunshine.
Elena's a great friend. Bitch, hold the fuck up. Did Elena just try to shoot her shot at Scott? She said about Kit, you deserve the sunshine. Well, Kit deserves the sunshine. And then she cleans up Scott and says, and so do you. And she look at him. Is she trying to make a shot at Scott? Now I'm all confused. Because if you did that as a friend, just trying to be a good friend and stick up for him, you're a good friend. But if you did that for your own intentions, you a shady ass motherfucker. I already knew that. And she's telling him, like I said, she's a good ass friend. And some people might say she overstepped. I don't think she overstepped. I think she did exactly what she was supposed to be doing. She says, you know, I know you like Scott and everything, and I know you love him. He loves you. Cool, all of this, blah, that. But he's miserable because he's being kept a secret. And that's the conversation. And she's like, you know, I know that's something that can't be fixed, so that's something you need to think about because he deserves the sunshine. Or she says something like that, and then she like fixes Scott up and says, and so do you. And originally I thought she was saying like, and I can be that sunshine for you, but I'm like, that would make no sense, girl. Why would you, one, be trying to mess with the man that your friend messing with, but two, why would you be messing with a gay man knowing he don't like girls? But I thought about it like, oh, she's saying, and you deserve to be happy too and not suffering because you're making someone else suffer. That's what she was saying about that. So yeah, let's wrap up this because we're almost done with the episode, so I'll be right back. All right, y'all, so let's wrap up this episode. So after the gala or whatever, you see Scott is in his car, but then his car goes into like some back alley, and then he picks up Kit or whatever, and they get in the car, cool. Then they get back to the house, and Kit is like inviting Scott to his birthday celebration. His birthday is gonna be that upcoming Sunday, and of course Scott declines because he's like, you know, I can't go, and I can't come out for another few years. You mean like 365 or 366 days?
You buy smoothies for me. I mean, Maria knows, my friend Sean knows. They know that you buy smoothies for me.
I can't do that. I wish I could. I want to. I want to tell everyone. I want people to know you're mine. That I love you. I love you too. Soon, maybe. In a few years. I know how it sounds, but it'll go by quickly. I promise. And then we can be normal with like other people.
Did this motherfucker just say 2 years?
I heard what you said.
And if you said a few, so if you do 365 times 2, hey Siri, what's 365 times 2? She's not listening. Hey Siri, what's 365 times 2? 730. What's 365 times 3? 1,095. You think I'm about to be a secret for up to 1,095 days? Are you fucking crazy? Yeah, no. So, you know, Kit's like, he slashed that drink right back to Scott like, yeah, we're not about to drink right now because I'm not about to be left up in this house right now. So he tells him like, you know, I don't remember what he said specifically. I just know he was just like, you know, that's crazy. Like, that's a long time to be someone's secret. And he was just like, you know, well, you know, I want to tell my friends, family and stuff, like, I'm keeping this from my dad. And he was like, I'm just going to go home tonight. You know, I haven't been home in a while and everything. And then we see a clip about Scott's upbringing. So earlier in the conversation, I meant to add, one, when Scott and Carter were talking to that weird guy, he said something like, your mama will be proud of you. And I'm like, that gives off something happened to your mother. But we then find out he lost his parents at 12 years old in a car accident. So he said in his speech, hockey's everything to him. And you could see with Kip and Elena, like their faces, their body, like structure, everything is giving like, which means he'll do nothing to lose it, or he'll do nothing to jeopardize the image that hockey gives him, which means he'll never come out. And like, you can kind of understand that friend, like telekinetic energy. Like they were like, oh yeah, we on the same page. He's never gonna come out for me or for himself. Not even for him. He'll never come out for himself because he's so in love with hockey and what it does for him and what he stands for, his image and things of that nature. So, you know, we ended there with those two, and then Kip gets home with his dad and he comes in, he's like, hey, something came in the mail with you. The prodigal king son returns or whatever, and he cries in his dad's arms. When I tell y'all, I almost start crying.
Come here. What's up? Oh. Hey. I'm sorry.
Oh, you got nothing to be sorry for, so.
Hey, he got in grad school. Scott gonna be outside waiting. She's outside watching. He cries in his dad's arms, and we don't see if they have a conversation, but we do see that it's his birthday and they're back at the bar, the gay bar, and they're celebrating his birthday with all his friends and his father. And we find out that he got accepted to grad school on a full ride. Shout out to Kip. And then from the angle and from the writing, it's like it's a shot, and it's like if I'm up close to you, I start to back up, and you can see like, oh, there's someone watching Scott. Scott is outside the bar watching because he can't go in because it's a gay bar and he's there with his man, and he's too fearful that it will look a certain way. And then we do all of that, and we fast forward back to the Sochi Olympics in 2014, and we see him getting ready for the game, and you know what he does? He puts those banana socks on. So we're back at the Olympics, and the detail to still wear those sock bananas. They ate that. Wow. That was a good ass episode. Then he covers them up with something, but I mean, I just think that's a part of his gear. He got to cover them up anyway because you can't see your socks. But yeah, and that was this episode of Heated Rivalry episode 3. So let's wrap up this episode. That was one of my favorite episodes, and I know I'm only on the 3rd episode, but that was literally one of my favorite episodes so far that I saw from this series. It was so emotional, but to see life from Scott's lens, and like I'm just thinking, you know, I don't know much about Scott, or I don't know much about his life. I always said, yeah, I'm getting a vibe from him that the authors want us to get, that he's gay. But I didn't know his story was this complex. And these characters are so raw. Like, it's so much, they're telling stories of a lot of people that can resonate with them. And a lot of people can resonate with Scott. A lot of people can resonate with Kid. And I know this is doing wonders for athletes, like, because this is real life for them. Like, truly, athletes, pastors, so many people that feel like you have to live in the shadows of being who you are for the sake of what you represent. And a lot of people this is what someone told me before. Sometimes you have casualties an award that they had nothing to do with. And in this case, Kip can be one because I'm just working at my straw and berry place. You come in and cool, you're just a cute crush that I got and I'll never act on it. You invited me to your game. You invited me to Mexican, but instead your house. You wanted me to stay over. Like, now I'm a casualty in a war that, we both kind of agreed to start, but both of us are unhappy. And it's just sad because I'm like, are we gonna learn more about this storyline going forward? And it makes me think, are any of them gonna be happy in the end? That's my question I'm gonna leave off. Are any of them gonna be happy? Is Ilya gonna be happy? Is Shane gonna be happy? Is Scott gonna be happy? Is Kip gonna be happy? Is any of them gonna be happy? Because the main thing that I'm noticing is a question that I feel like these past episodes makes you ask is hiding yourself worth it? Truly. Is it truly worth losing a lot of things? Hockey isn't forever. You're not gonna play the sport forever. Is it worth losing who you are and the people who genuinely love you that won't come back around for hockey, for something? Is it worth it? But I'm falling in love with this. Forget falling. I'm deeply in love with this series. This show literally makes me miss being in love. Well, I tell people all the time, not all the time, but like, I don't think I've truly ever been in love. Like, I think what I'm about to say goes into a lot of things within this show. I think people that I've been in situationships, relationships, whatever ships with people, I think they love what I do for them, or they love the thought of me, but they aren't genuinely in love with me. They love what I can do for them. They love what I provide for them. They love the way I make them feel, but you don't genuinely love me. I wonder if that's a lot of what we're seeing within this show. Scott, you love how Kit makes you feel, but you don't genuinely love him, because if you did, you wouldn't do this to him. Simple. Kit, you love Scott, but if you loved yourself more, you wouldn't even be in this situation. Just food for thought. Just sit on that and think about that. Even if you already finished this series, but let me know about that in the comments below. But I love you guys. Thank you for sitting through another episode of our Heated Rivalry breakdowns. Next up is episode 4. I'm so sad, like, we're really getting close to the end. Yes, we have 3 episodes left, and I really want to take my time with these, but I'm not gonna be able to because I can't stop watching them. Like, I can't watch the episode without y'all. Like, I will feel bad, so like, I just wait till I'm like, okay, let's watch another episode, and then we watch together. But yeah, so y'all get another episode this week because I can't stay away too far. Like, y'all probably get an episode before Wednesday, probably another one before Wednesday. But yeah, I love you guys so much. Thank you for, also, I think I'm gonna read the book. I think I need to read this book. Like, I really think I need to read the book. Tell me if y'all read the book, if you like the book, if I need to get the book, if I should get the book. Let me know anything about this book. But yeah, I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching another episode of Mark Reacts, Heated Rivalry, episode 300. Please make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe as we are on the road to 400. And I said I wanted 500 subscribers by the end of the year, but man, I really feel like I'm lowballing myself with 500, but I'm gonna be grateful for whatever I get at December 31st, 2026. And lastly, make sure you turn that notification bell on so you're always notified when another video from Mark Not Marcus is coming to YouTube. I love you guys. Always be yourself. That's the best version you can be. Love y'all for who you are. I love you. Bye. Oh my God. And I forgot to add, I love how Kip's dad, like how he says, like how he loves the saying, I love you. Like, Kip was like, He said his dad was like, love you, and Kip said, you too, and he was like, you too what? I love you too, Dad. Like, I love that. And then how he said, like, love you back. Like, I was like, oh, that's so cute. Who am I? Okay, that was it, y'all. Bye-bye.